play Homage the hoop. Let's talk about that. Ninth grade.
Ninth grade.
And the impact, with Tyran and Lonnie Blow, bro. Yep. Great coaches. I played AAU for Lonnie Blow.
Okay.
When he was coaching with Harrison. And they had two boys that played at Booker T. He had two boys that played Andrew and Andre.
What age was
You don't remember Andre and Andrew and Andre? Yeah, light skinned boy. They played Booker T. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, Lonnie, that was my first taste of Lonnie Blow. And Maceo. I don't know if you remember Coach Maceo.
See, I
He be working with ODU. Yeah, but.
So I ain't know nobody.
Let's talk about how the impact of Tyran and them was on your ninth grade year. Tyran and Lonnie Blow. Tyran Matthews.
Well, like I said, Jesse was one of the first ones that he told them.
Jesse Sunkins. Yeah.
Jesse told them, like, hey, it's a 6'5" kid walking around the hallways, and he on all bullshit. Y'all need to get him and put him in this thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, so then they came to me.
But before that, did you, Jesse, talk? What was the talks between you and Jesse?
It was a mental connection. He seen what I was going through. Jesse, one of them type of dudes that can empathize with somebody just by being around them. He can feel what you feeling just by being around you. And I'm kind of like that too. But it's something that I denied for years because I didn't run into. You don't run into a lot of people like that. So you know what I'm saying? When I ran into him, it was an instant connection. It was just like, yo, bro, this what we gonna do. You know what I mean? Because he ain't give me no hard time. He welcomed me right into the brotherhood. You know what I mean? I could talk to him about anything. Like I said, my mom had a drug problem. I could come talk to him about that. You know what I mean? We having those talks in 9th grade, 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? Shit that grown people unpacking. We having those, you know what I mean? Brother to brother, like, you know.
And how was that, though, be able to confide into, you know, because you got a brother, you got a sister.
It was everything. It was everything that I was looking for in the gangs. It was everything I was looking for in the streets. It was everything that I needed. Plus, I wasn't watching my shoulder, over my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I was
safe.
Yeah, it was a safe haven. It was definitely a safe haven.
So, you got that. And now he pushing them up. He put the coaches up on you. Now the coaches approach you. How's your mindset? Do you know, like, did he give you a heads up, like, hey, this Tyran and this how Lonnie Blow?
Nah, I want no heads up, man. It was just like, you know, we talked, and then it was like, that was it. It was on. I remember coming back. I came to the first practice with Dick. I didn't know nothing about that. I had khaki Dickie shorts on, New Balances.
You came to practice looking like a nigga named Tim Davis. I used to practice with a nigga named Mike Davis. Shout out Mike Davis, man. I went to school.
Shout out to Mike Davis.
When I played rap with Mike Davis,
y'all gonna make it.
Mike Davis played rap with me every motherfucking year, Jesse. And Trey, like, no bullshit, he played rap basketball with me every year. He would come to practice and what he had on in school. I'd be like, Mike, you have jeans on and a hockey jersey, bro. It's no way you ready to go. And Mike will rebound it. I love Mike Davis because Mike rebound that shit and he finding me.
To you, yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, smart guy.
Hey, he's a smart motherfucker. Mike Davis.
Shout out to Mike Davis.
But he wasn't comfortable at practice, so you came in there like that.
Yeah, bro. And
what the fuck was you thinking to come in there like that? You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking, nigga, this is an opportunity because I had went out for football. How was that? My mom tried to push me out into football early, like in the beginning of the 9th grade year. But I got out there, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was hot as shit. Nobody wasn't telling me, hey, bro, come here to the side, bro. This is what you need to do. You late to the game.
Chris Bell there? Chris Bell was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Chris Bell was there. Bobby Rome was there.
How was that?
Them niggas was studs already. I never played football in my life. Them niggas been playing football since they was 4 or 5. They built for that shit. They running routes and catching shit, snapping. Like, all shit that I could do, but I would have had to, somebody had to take me to the side and break me down.
They weren't out there. Nobody was doing that.
It wasn't that. So when I got there with basketball, it was a whole different world. Like, all right, this is another shot. Because he tried to get me to fuck with the football. And then after I got nice in basketball, they started coming, sending me letters and shit. But I'm like...
Before we get there, let's talk about the development. Because I know...
Tyran Matthews.
Coming in there, you probably couldn't chew gum and goddamn dribble at the same time.
Tyran Matthews. The first play, I think one of the first plays, I got the ball, I got a rebound. They said, get the rebound and go back up. Just put it on the square. Put it on the top of the square.
You were that raw. You ain't...
Nothing. And then they said, so I got the rebound on the free throw and laid it back up and realized that it was they bucket. You know what I mean?
You went the other way.
Because I just was in such a mode of just getting shit and put it back up. I didn't know nothing. Like, I'm talking about when you talk about barbarian to basketball. Like, you bringing both of them shits together, bro. Yeah. And then I done developed now, you know what I'm saying, my jump shot, everything, handle. So it's like, I seen what I can do just when it comes to basketball. I seen that I can evolve into something. It's spiritual now because it's like, bro, you can change. You know what I'm saying? You can really change. I'm a father. I'm a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't, you know what I mean? Because if I was, whatever I was going to do, I was going to do it to the max. If I was going to gangbang, I was going to do it to the highest fucking level. If I was going to be in the streets hustling, I was going to do it to the highest level. I was going to play basketball, I was going to do it to the highest level. You know what I'm saying? I made it to be pro. And like I said, I started at 9th grade, and I was behind all these guys that was playing from young. You know what I mean? I still was able to navigate.
Did you go straight to varsity as a 9th grade?
So I went to JV for a couple of games. I was getting 16. I was getting buckets. I was rebounding. And they went to California. The varsity team went to California. When they came back, the coach said, come on up. You know what I mean? And then they threw me out there. They threw me out there with Vernon Macklin. Shout out to Vernon Macklin. Always showed me love and respect. Shout out, throw me out there against them big dogs. You know what I'm saying?
How was that your first matchup against Vernon?
First matchup against Vernon, I think we held them to 7 points. It was a dog fight because them Norfolk boys don't play. Shout out to all them Norfolk boys.
The Groat was out there?
The Groat was a problem, dunking shit and rebounding like a motherfucking madman. I'm talking about out of his mind, Dennis Rodman type shit. Yeah, niggas never seen a rebounder like the Groat.
George the Groat. Shout out. I gotta get you on the show.
I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real hooper, so I give it up to real niggas. Right. Like, you know what I mean?
George the Groat was the one.
But what? I'm a dog coming into this shit, so I'm only looking for dogs. And nigga, I see dogs. Nigga, I'm like, okay, these Portsmouth niggas is all right. They yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was my first intro to like, okay, them niggas like us.
And talk to that though, because a lot of people don't understand it. So how is that when dog recognize dog? Like, it's like, yeah. You know? It's
a respect. It gotta be a respect, or it's gonna be a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the way it is.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. It's like, nah, let's battle it out on this basketball field, on this court. You know what I'm saying? And let it be productive. That's why I say my mind changed. Like, oh shit, it ain't just the street. Oh, I gotta have more money than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they told me earlier, my OG put me on the table full of everything. You know what I'm saying? And said, hey, this is what it is. You gotta get right. You know what I mean? What you wanna do, you plan. Get some money. You know, I'm 12, 13, so that was my mindset. So, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that and apply this to basketball. Y'all can't fuck with me, man. Come on, man. I'm tougher than y'all. Whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? I might not be the most skilled, but I'm still tough. Whatever, a white man yelling, coach yelling, that shit don't bother me. I might get mad and buck back, but I'm not, man. Like, if this tool's gonna take me here, I ain't letting it up. I'm not letting go of it. I'm seize this opportunity because it was going back to the spot, to the trap, to the same old. Nah, man, I'm good.
Y'all, what's up with it, young world? Look, man, it's Frank Lou here, man. I need y'all to do me a favor. Grab your phone and then go to the YouTube app. All right, at YouTube, hit search and type in "Must Achieve Greatness." All right, Must Achieve Greatness. If you don't know how to spell it, ask Google or Siri. They got you. Look, once you go onto the page, go ahead, hit the page, hit the link. Go ahead, hit subscribe, man. Like all that king shit we got going on there. All right, y'all stay tapped in with the king, man. Holla at me.
So that summer, after that year, so how was, matter of fact, before we get to that summer, how was that year? You know, after you got pulled up, how did that year go for you?
Everything was like, life was like, it was like a brand new color. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going to practice. I'm getting invited to Boo Williams, AAU shit, and now I'm really seeing, I'm not only seeing the luxury of basketball, I'm seeing the spoils of basketball, because I'm getting a gym bag, new sneakers, I'm traveling, they got a team mom, we eating 3-4 times.
Who you playing with?
I started playing with Boo Williams, I think for 16 and under.
Okay, right after that. Right after your freshman year. Wow.
Yeah, so I made a jump. Yeah, I made a jump. Tyrann Matthews had me in the gym, get my spin move, Coach Blow, bunny hop, basic shit. They gave me the basics and I ran with it. And I started doing little fingertip dunking. Okay, we can dunk this shit. Oh, we good. Let's give them a show.
So who was on that team you played with that summer?
That summer going into my sophomore year.
Yeah.
I think Jesse, so it was Ryan Tatum. We had KD. This one, Coach Hamler came in, actually. Coach Blow left. Coach Hamler came in. Shout out to Coach Hamler. Coach Hamler is one of the realest niggas ever. Like, to the core, bro. You know what I mean? He let us be dogs.
Yeah.
He put the ball in our hands against Duke Cruz and them. They was ranked in the nation. He said, yo, y'all, we know y'all ain't scared. Y'all take the ball. And we took them boys down, almost beat them. Shout out to Duke Cruz, Jamel McLean.
Jamel McLean went to
man,
where?
oh, man.
Delaware?
He went
my
to
fault.
Xavier.
Xavier.
He went
Jamel
to
McLean went to Xavier. Big man. Yes, sir. I remember that.
Dog, for real big dog. Nice.
Yeah, they had Jamel McLean.
Then he went and played over in Germany, I think, for a while. A bucket, like sort of like league shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Dudes that went under the radar.
No, a young John Tell Evans, was he out there?
John Tell was in the mix. John Tell he was younger than me.
Yeah. John Tell your age. John Tell come out with you. Oh wait.
He might have played with us. He might have played with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, strong John Tell.
Guard.
Yeah.
Fast
End up on the UVA. Yup. He was coming off the bench for us, I think.
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah, we had Stephen Pledger. Pledger was a fucking problem. Still is.
Playing with that jump shot.
Never seen nobody shoot the ball like that in my life. I was like, damn, I got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying?
And he was the first guy I knew to bounce around high schools. Like,
oh yeah.
He was the first guy. Like, damn, it's like, you don't know where he gonna be next year. Like, that nigga was at Creek, then he went to Blue Ridge.
He did do what he wanted because he had he had structure. His pops was with him, nurturing the whole situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's on it.
That's how I'm gonna be with mine. That's why, because I know that's what I was missing. Somebody like, hey, this how you do this. You know what I mean? Business wise, because basketball is definitely a business.
So yeah, and but to that summer after that, you know, how was that experience? You know, playing on that Boo Williams. Now you on that radar now.
Yeah, I'm on the radar, man, and it's lit. Like I'm just seeing the talent level, man.
Yeah,
I'm seeing because we traveling with. All I can remember from that season is traveling with the 17s. That was Mike Scott. That was Chris Early.
Frank.
That was Chris Wright. That was Frank. That's when I really got tight with my big homie Frank. Shout out to Frank Hassel, man.
Cam Long.
You know what I mean? They showing me love too. And I'm like, yo, these niggas
Chris
cool.
Wright from Georgetown.
Chris Wright. I'm talking about Chris Wright was the man.
Right. He was going crazy, baby.
Chris Wright was the
Shout
man.
Went to my favorite school, Georgetown.
He was one of the nicest niggas I've seen in person, bro. Perfect. Everything perfect.
Could shoot it.
What? Man.
You could shoot it, Jess.
Yes.
You can shoot it.
Problem.
And so watching that, how was that impact on you?
I'm like, okay, I gotta grind it out. So I put in some work. Me and Tyran we get to it. And I'm listening to everything he's saying. Let's go. Because now at this point, I'm like, I know I started late, but I might can get in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, just cause, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm big, I can get some skills.
And this going into your sophomore year?
Yeah. I'm like, okay. And they talking, you know what I mean? The talk is, oh yeah, Dallas. So I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Now let's talk about this. What's the line right now at this point between you on the court and Dallas off the court in the streets? Because now, how the game bangers just feel about you now? You all basketball. What's this now?
Man, it was so much turbulence going on, man. Like within the hood, that it was like it was an easy transition. It was an easy transition because everybody respected it. Everybody saw like, oh man, bro making a transition in the hooping. So it wasn't no animosity.
It was behind you, man.
Yeah, it was definitely love, man. Because I always extended that to from the highest, the most thoroughest gangbangers to the nerds, everybody. I'm from Ocean View. You know what I'm saying? We cool out there, but you know what I mean? It ain't, you know what I mean? It's not the heart of the city. We our own little Ocean View is like its own little city within Norfolk. Right. So it's like, you know what I mean? You learn that, you see, white people and you see all different types of people. So, you know what I mean? You kind of learn to go with the flow early. And that's what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there was so much going on that I didn't really, it was like, people would be like, Ocean View was on the front page of Virginia Pilot. Like, I'm talking about names. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, all that was going on. It was like, I have nothing to do with none of that. This is what I got going on.
What about the people that you was opposite, that was opposition to you, that was, how did they feel about it? Did you have to go through some shit, you know what I mean, on the court? Like,
even it was respect, because even the dudes, like, we was young, we was throwing hands. So a lot of stuff we was doing was connected to whatever other people had going on, or just, oh yeah, you from the other side. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was still respect. It was I got some Crip homies, like, shout out to Mike Spate and Kendall. You know what I'm saying? I hate to, I don't want to, you know what I mean, say too much, but yeah, it's some real guys that really fuck with me that, you know what I'm saying, that I done scrapped with, and it's still to this day, like, I see you and it's love, because it's like, bro.
You know what it was.
Yeah, we all know what it was, man. We was in the trenches.
Right.
We was in the trenches, man. Like, real outside was really outside. You know what I'm saying? I can't it's no price on it. It's no, you can't recreate the texture, because, you know what I mean, everything is, like, very instant now. But that was a hell of a time to be coming up. You know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a time. It was different. The energy, the air was different. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, you can't explain it, but you had to be there. It was one of those situations.
For sure.
So now you coming into that sophomore year. Now you starting varsity. We ain't talking JV no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on in your mind? What's going on? And how's it looking on the court?
It's looking good, man. Sophomore year, how we doing? We playing. Is you
Jesse still out there, son?
You still out there my sophomore year. So, yeah. So, Jesse out there. Oh, we had fun. This is when I start having fun.
Because now what? You feeling like you learning the game more?
What? And we going, and they making jokes. I'm talking about, this is one of the funniest guys I know. Shout out to Antoine Church. I'm talking about, it's like, Church is like a straight hood dude from the park that ain't supposed to be on the team, but got his shit together so he could be on the team. You know what I mean? Like, everything fell together. We got all hood niggas. We going to Denby. We playing the tournaments. We beating the hell out of motherfuckers.
Y'all doing your thing.
It's fun, man. It's fun. We talking shit. We laughing right before we run out the little tunnel, the little high school tunnel and shit. We laughing. I'm talking about dying laughing. So it was just like, it was all fun at that point. It was all fun. We had a new coach. You know what I mean? Barry Hamler. So it was just different. Shout out to JB.
What was Tyran at?
Tyran was the assistant coach, and Barry Hamler was the head coach.
How did y'all feel though about that? Like Barry Hamler coming in, but Tyran was already here.
Tension at first.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, it was tension. It was definitely tension. Because Barry Hamler is a winner, so he coming in.
Where he's coming from? Where's Barry Hamler coming from? I got.
He was coming from North Carolina. He had his whole life set up in North Carolina. They called him out of the shadows, like, yo, come coach this team. You might got a shot.
So what's his resume? What was the resume?
Barry Hamler, state champion as a player and a coach.
Shit.
At Booker T.
He coached Mike Evans at Booker T.
Yeah. He was the one. So I got that same Booker T aggression, and we learned that from.
So that Tony
Barry
Brown, and recipes downtown Tony Brown. Let's give him Miss Flowers.
Yeah,
because he was a guy we was reaching out to as well. Somebody had just sent me. That's crazy. Somebody had just sent me like, you need to holler at downtown Tony Brown, bro.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Recipes downtown Tony Brown, but
so
y'all was getting from the guru of that coaching Mike Evans and downtown Tony Brown. So that's what y'all coming into.
At Granby, that's why niggas respect us to this day.
Your senior year and your sophomore.
That's why they respect us to this day, because that was.
I think the greatest year ever.
Yeah.
The greatest year ever. He was the greatest coach I ever played for, man. X's and O's, passion, aggression. He ain't let me and Dallas off the chains. It was times when he took me and Dallas and grabbed us up and choked us up on the lockers and told us, if y'all don't play, we don't win. That
right. Kept it real.
I never had a coach that really wanted to win that bad. And he really believed in me and Dallas more than anything, because he knew we weren't scared. He knew where we came from. He came from the same ilk. So it was tension at first. Alpha dogs.
Right.
And I remember coming from football and shooting a jumper and they hit the side of the backboard. And they said, that ain't your shot. And I looked at Tyran and said, you ain't telling him about me, Tyran? So it was already tension.
Right. It was one of those.
Once he seen that I wasn't scared and I wasn't going to back down to him, let alone another player. And then I got Dallas right here, and we both like, we on everybody. Then we had JB, we had Ryan Taylor, we had Matthew McMillan, we had Mike Green,
Mike.
We had Malcolm Woodbury.
Young Woodbury.
You understand what I'm saying? And they had us to finish before Wilson that year. So they had us 7.
Right, they had y'all down there.
Everybody else
right, and we ran true niggas. We ran true niggas.
The whole district to play the number 1 team in the state to lose by a buzzer beater. To the number 1 team in the state.
That's
so
tough.
I hold Duke Cruz to 3 points, and he holds Jamel to 7. So Campani had 10 points.
Wow.
Yeah, so the week of that game, coach come in and put the ball in the middle of the G. What'd he say, Dallas?
Hey, Jesse, come get the ball. You playing point guard. He put Jesse at the point guard. Jesse was playing a 4 the whole year. Yeah. He said, hey, you the point guard. Y'all 2 running the show today. You come up here. This is what we going to run. 6 game. Spread it out.
If he get in trouble, he going to throw it to you and you going to do your work. y'all gonna, if we lose this game or win this game, it's on y'all.
Now, how was that for y'all, thinking that?
At that time, I ain't even realized the amplitude of what it was. Jesse did, like, and that's why he came out serving. Serving. We was up 6 at halftime, so we almost beat Duke Cruz and Jamel McClain. I'm talking about these.
And how was that? What y'all thinking at the half? You playing to win.
We never thought I thought we got them the whole time. Cause it was just a feeling. Like it was like, bro, we didn't care. They played all year, printing out, they had the max preps and shit. You could print out with Virginia Hoops. You could print out with somebody ranked rivals. You could print out where they was from. So they was playing all year. Oh, we playing against this. He top 5 so it didn't matter. We didn't give a fuck who we was playing.
Attention already.
I don't care.
Because Mike Scott in the paper before we play them, and I shoot the free throw to send him home. Yeah, we waiting. They passing us saying, yeah, we ready for Bethel. We getting ready for Duke.
And that's what Deep Creek
Mike
saying.
Scott said in the paper.
Yeah, they skipped over us.
They skipped over us. Like
Yeah, definitely skipped over us. Yeah, Mike Scott's out to Mike Scott, but y'all skipped over us though.
Shit.
Y'all slept on us. Yeah, y'all definitely did.
The internet said they ready for Bethel and the #1 team.
Yeah, we definitely knocked that shit off.
So we knocked that off, and now we playing the #1 team. So we on a high. Because the whole year we ain't supposed to be.
Right.
We ain't supposed to be. It's magical. It was magical.
Movie, like some Coach Carter shit.
Right. It was one of those. Yeah.
About buzzer beater, bro.
And who hit it? Who hit it on you?
One of these shooters. What's the
Bill?
The guy name you just said.
McClain.
Yeah.
Nah, not McClain.
Was
it
it Bill?
The guard. It was a light-skinned
Bill.
Yeah, Bill, because he was the #1 shooter.
Bill.
At that time,
I forgot where the hell Bill went.
Game previous.
What's
Yeah,
Bill's
he
name?
do shit all game.
What's Bill's last
All
name?
game, but that shit rolled to him. He pick it up from the 3-point line.
Right. Yeah, it was some
Bill,
bullshit.
34.
Pick
Perfect.
that motherfucker up with perfect form.
All net.
And he let it fly.
That shit went there all net.
We might have that game too.
We gotta find
Got
it.
it on film.
He got it.
So how did that feel going home that night?
That they had a picture of me in the papers. I sat down on the court. And that was when I ain't really, like I said, I ain't really understand the game, so I didn't really know how to deal with loss. I knew it was everything was on the line.
Right.
And we lost. You know what I'm saying? So I sat down on the court. They had a picture of me in the paper sitting on the court, and it was devastating. It felt like the world was over, but then it was another brighter day because then Tyran came and got me and said, "Hey man, we gotta get back in the lab." You know what I mean? We ain't right after the season. We ain't waiting. We right back in here.
How was that? What is the mind?
He was like, "Nigga, it's on now. You on the radar now."
What was the talks with you and Jesse? Because that's the end for Jesse.
Jesse graduating at this point.
Right. So what's the talks with you and Jesse now? It's like, damn. You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't really remember that time too much.
And that's why I'm here.
Yeah, talk to us.
So the talks was, I just really didn't want Dallas to relapse. I was going back into the streets because he still was hanging around those guys.
Right, because it's hard to let him go.
It's hard.
Yeah. Right there. We were on the bus together.
The thing is, though, what I noticed leaving was that they would start to look up Dallas. I started seeing their lifestyle change. They started getting more involved in music. More involved in just being a fan of Dallas.
Right.
And supporting Dallas.
Right.
So I told him to make them your support system, make them your security, and teach them the wages like I taught you.
Right.
He said he went to college and taught stuff and brought stuff that I, taught him as a be a teacher.
That's a fact.
So I always knew I wasn't going to the league. I always knew I had the skill to do it, but I always knew that this was my calling. So that's what I told him. I said, I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get my degree. I'm gonna go and get my training degree, and I'm gonna go get my second.
And then we was thinking about messing with Branch because he was rocking with Branch, and he was like, "Yo, you should come over."
Western Branch?
Russell Branch. Yeah, he was like, "Yo, because Branch gonna let you play the guard position." So that's something that I probably could have done instead of
Western
going straight
Branch.
in the No, Russell Branch.
Oh, Russell
coach.
Branch. Okay.
Yeah, he was trying to teach the other side of the game. Like, hey, you can really, you know what I mean, go.
Me into a shooting guard.
Yeah, really let him go. Like,
so before my senior year, I meet Russell Branch, which is my brother's best friend. They grew up together.
Right.
So he put me in the lab and literally convert me into a point guard / shooting guard, man.
Yeah. How was that transition?
I instantly wanted to show Dallas. I instantly wanted Dallas to get a piece of it because he
definitely was like, "Yo, come on, bro."
He would do things like, "Jesse, this half you playing point guard," and I'm talking about the whole half. I'm learning have to, and he telling me from the sideline, okay, pick and roll, come on, read it, you know, that type of stuff. So it was like learn off the cuffs. So I wanted Dallis to learn it because he was, one thing about Dallis, one thing that people don't get Dallis, because this is his interview and I want to talk about Dallis is, he used to learn, so he was the fastest learner that I ever seen play basketball, bro. I'm talking about the fastest. I never seen nothing like it. The fastest, I'm talking about, I remember coming home from prep school break, watching him play Norview. And I remember coming home from the break and watching him break the backboard at Maury High School. And I remember sitting in the stands just crying, like, knowing where he came from. Wow. He just told you, out his mouth, putting it in the all wrong basket, to breaking the backboard, to playing professional overseas and all that type of stuff. And it just was magical to see it.
Right.
And he's the fastest learner that I ever seen, and we have to really, really big up Tyrann Matthews, man, because he's still doing it to this day.
Right.
Still is,
I know kids to this day that's talking about Tyrann Matthews.
Right. Right.
And I'm saying this right now on air.
Right.
I'm praying for that man to get him a head coaching job somewhere.
He needs it. He deserves it,
bro.
He definitely deserves it.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, he deserves it.
He don't get his just due. Because he's been putting it in.
Yeah.
Putting it in and putting it in, watching kids go with D1 and leave them behind and whoop the whoop and walk the. But he's still here.
And that's facts. And that's fact. So
I want that shit on there too. I want you to come on there.
So how big is we're going to put that in? So we're going to definitely put that in, definitely.
For sure.
So, but how big is that? So speaking of that, just saying that. So how big, you know, before we go any further, is the impact of Jesse Sunkins on you?
Like I said, man, just been a brother, man, through and through. Like whenever I was at Stoney Brook, I could call him. Whenever I came home and we linked up, it was just love that I needed. Because when I come home, I'm expecting love, but I'm not necessarily getting it the same way that I, want to. So then when
what you expecting that? What you mean?
Just a real connection with people, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm thinking like, while I'm gone, I'm doing this for everybody.
Bro.
Yeah.
He went from there, everybody want to be around him for what he is. Everybody around him for where he become from. And
it's different.
The real shit, yeah.
It's different, yeah.
The real shit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who know me, right. You know what I mean? And like I said, we bounced around so much from young, it wasn't a lot of like people that knew me like that, you know what I'm saying? It was like, even still to this day, like, I lived in every part of Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't never just out the park or out Park Place or we was moving, bro. Shit was real. It wasn't, you know what I mean? There was times when there was no water, no lights, like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is very humbling. It's very humbling to find somebody who from the other side and they like, this my dog, nigga. Let's rock, nigga. Let's go beat these niggas' ass. Let's go bust niggas' ass. Let's go play ball. Let's go have fun. Let's joke. Let's laugh. You know what I'm saying? Real connection that men need. You know what I'm saying? So.
And then hoops was another way to connect y'all as well.
Oh yeah.
Get that brotherhood.
That was the catalyst.
Connection, him and Israel, and him calling me saying, "Bro, go holler at my mom." And I want to pull up at his mom crib and just sit on his mom porch and we talking, building, sipping wine.
Go holler at my peoples. Go holler at my people.
This type of, bro, this real family. I can go to his house right now and go in the refrigerator. Spend a night if I ain't got nowhere to go.
For sure. And niggas has definitely been proved, you know what I mean? It's like, and I know it. When I call him, it's on. Like, if I call him about anything, bro, it's on.
Right, it's there.
Because it's that type of love, man. You don't get that everywhere.
So now let's talk about that, though. Now, Jesse Sunkins on to college, doing his thing on the court. Now you coming back that junior year. This when I find out about who you are, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, that is, whew. A guy, from my alma mater, and then Evan Williams is over there now.
Right.
So I'm hearing about him. He had a nice little game with him, some touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Evo, shout out to Evo, man.
I'm seeing the Barry Gardners over there.
Right.
I'm seeing the young, Jay Ferguson, the young boot man over there.
Some young hoopers, because Tyrann groomed them.
Some young guys.
Don't let them lie to you.
Yeah.
Tyrann groomed us all.
How is that, coming in there, no Jesse now. Now I'm
but we still got we ranked third and we ended up getting ranked third in the state that year because we got
coming in?
Reggie, we got it was like halfway through the season. We got Reggie, we got Tatum, we got a lot of pieces still coming back. We got me, we got Mike Green, we got Coach Hamler, Hall of, we're all World Hall of Fame, everything, you know what I mean? So we doing it. We come in the league. We smacking everybody. We
Yeah,
playing
this
good.
year your numbers. You average a double this year.
Yeah. I'm probably averaging like 14 and 10 or 14 and 12. But we winning. Everybody happy. You know what I'm saying?
13.
16 and 13. There you go. You know what I mean? I'm not really. That's my historian right there. I bring him because he know.
Junior.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 16,
Basketball,
13,
fucking Bible. You know what I mean?
You was this is your second team. You was second team All Eastern District.
Right, probably, yup,
Yeah.
around that time. And I'm starting to get some respect.
First team.
I think I might have been
Sophomore
first
year,
team.
You was second team because I was an honorable mention. Then your junior year.
Junior year, first team, yeah. Junior year, first team.
Senior year, you was first team.
Senior year, first team, too. And shit, we just we steamrolling people, man. We end up losing to Tallwood, Kelly Beadler,
Darius James.
Jared James. Yup.
They had the guys.
Yeah, that was. Don't sleep on nobody. When it comes to this basketball shit, one lesson I had to learn, man, is no matter how hood you are, bro.
It don't matter about that.
When it comes to that skill,
It's about
and that
basketball.
toughness,
It's
and
about
that
the
basketball,
game. It's about the game, baby.
The game.
Do you love the game?
How much you love it, how much you gonna sacrifice, how in tune are you with the game, and
I think
attention?
all us black men, we get that reality check. Especially us from that a little rougher background when it comes down to sports. Cause we all run into them white boy or that one black guy or that one, he just, he's like, well, he come from something good. With me, it's a little more hunger there, and he show you quickly. It's about, I love this game, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with where you came from, bro.
I'm here to hoop.
Look,
I'm here to
I understand
win.
and he understand all the shit you dealing with.
Yup.
I love the game, and I'm gonna show your mother. And them motherfuckers, and the thing about them, they know what you coming with, and that don't faze them.
Can you say when it was for you?
Oh, for me, right? Oh, early. That shit happened to me early. I would probably say, matter of fact, I was 12 years old, bro. No matter. My first time going to the. Matter of fact, my first time going to the. No, my last time I was 14, 8th grade, 13. Went to the playoffs, bro. We played them boys from Great Bridge. I'm like, man, I went undefeated in the rec. Didn't lose. I said, man, I got these. Nah, I'm gonna win the title this year. That was I never won a rec title, bro.
Thought it was sweet,
bro.
Same shit with me. Title
I'm
game.
I'm talking about like I'm D nigga. Yeah, bro, nigga. Steve Nash.
Poised.
Bing, bing. He ain't even looking at me, fellas. He bing, bing, up, bing, up. I'm just playing his game, bro. Like. And I couldn't, I'm just like, bro, I'm not even hitting I had 8 points. I'm averaging 16 points in rec.
Right.
Bro, I couldn't get my shit. I'm like, dog, this nigga, and they beat us. You know what I mean? That's my first taste of that shit. It's like, damn, what you thinking? You gotta go out there and
play the game.
You know what I mean? That's point blank period.
You have to play the game.
Point blank period.
As it is.
That's what it was for you, Tallwood?
Tallwood was that one?
Tallwood was one of them early. Yeah, Tallwood. But see,
that was really because you weren't playing a lot of ball, so that
Yeah, and then it was like, the beach. You know what I'm saying? It
that's
was
all you
think.
Slept
on.
That's all you ain't know nothing about it. I ain't going out there. I'm in Norfolk.
But Tyrann tried to tell me like, Kelly Beadler, man, your problem. He didn't really do us too wrong, but he was an impact on the game. You know what I'm saying?
He knew exactly what he
did. You had to know where he was at. So when he broke it down to me, it was just like, I ain't coming lacking, but you know what I mean? That full charge, I could honestly say that shit wasn't there. Then another time it happened to me when I was over in Israel. I ain't really catch on the first time. You gonna repeat them lessons.
Yeah, until you catch it. God gonna give it to you now.
Yeah.
He gonna give it to you.
That's why he tell me get in tune with my craft because, it don't matter how hood you is, motherfucker. No matter how much you was in the streets first or...
It's about the love,
bro. Man. When you run into one of them titans in the game who really study the game and honor the game and, work and like really put in that work and study, they gonna get you.
I always look at when I go back to the Jalen Rose when he said, I hated Grant here and them boys. When he was talking about the documentary, he was like, and I just knew he was soft. But when we tipped off, I understood. You know what I'm saying? Why Grant was who Grant was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to go to those reality checks. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So how did that summer fare, after y'all take that tough loss again at junior, how did that summer fare? You back on the boo circuit?
You know what? I think Boo wanted me to come. I turned Boo down. This is how young and out of touch with really what's going on.
Understand.
I'm Boo.
You damn sure ain't talking about that one.
Yeah, I ain't. Nope. So then, because I ain't play. I played for Boo. I was starting for a minute. They put me on the bench. And then I was like, cause sometimes I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I still wasn't there knowing the full magnitude. Like I ain't knowing how many college coaches is really how much of a microscope is really on
your
me.
team.
Yeah. So I ain't really aware of that. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Let's go. I'm still just, you know, they put me on the bench, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go hoop with some guys. That team was amazing. We went to nationals. The Suffolk Blazers. Shout out to the Suffolk Blazers. Coach Covington. We went out there. Me, Crisco from what's Crisco?
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Deep
A
Creek.
problem. Yup, Deep
Nick
Creek.
Wright.
Nick Wright with us. Wild Thing with us.
Ah, man.
Todd Manley. Rest in peace to Todd Manley. We just found out Todd Manley.
Bayside.
Todd Manley passed away.
I just seen that too. Rest in peace, man.
That was my brother. I used to stay the night at his house. You know what I'm saying?
He was tough.
Man, Todd Manley a legend. I was about to fight Todd Manley when I went to Rosemont. My first same type of time. You know what I mean? And Todd Manley was big back then. He was like 5'6" in sixth grade.
Right.
So he was bigger than everybody, but running the point. And you know, he was on basketball early. Yeah. But me and him was about to scrap. He was still on that same type of time, just with the basketball. Yeah. So we were about to scrap early, but then we ended up playing together. I would stay at his house. His mom showed us love. Shout out to Todd Mom. My prayers, thoughts is with y'all, man.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, man. He a legend, man. In his own right. You know what I'm saying? These guys really deserve that respect.
So what is your recruitment looking like, you know, after this, you know, this summer?
So I had the Boo kickback. I was getting letters from just being on Boo team. See, this is what I didn't know. If I could have stayed on Boo team and went global off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Just by being on the bench. I ain't know that how much weight his name held. You know what I'm saying? I could have sat on the bench. That would have probably been the better business decision to just stay with Boo Williams and then get a full ride to wherever big time, because if you was on the bench for his team, you was on every list. So, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go get it myself. And we go down to nationals, we beat some good teams, we played some good teams. Derek Staten.
Shout out to Derek Staten.
Peanut, D. Theus. We had a squad. We went down there with all the Boo Williams guys. Regent. Peanut is D. Theus' brother. Peanut
I remember him.
Peanut is one of the nicest niggas I ever. Peanut is what D. Theus made all that noise.
The other Theus.
But yes,
I remember.
Peanut was a problem.
Yeah.
So we went down there and played good basketball, and I'm getting letters from everybody. I'm getting letters from UVA. I'm going to camps. I'm getting letters from Ball State.
What up, Vinny?
So what's the biggest one? What's the biggest one? What's the one that said, you know what, goddamn, I'm goddamn.
Probably UVA, because I showed out at a UVA camp and they was looking at me and they was like, yo, but you like third on the list. They kept it a band with me. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
Because they had just got Mike.
Yeah.
And they was like, look, it's going to be tough. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
here.
I was like, you know, VCU, I would say VCU was rocking with me. And,
Anthony Grant was still, or no, Shaka.
I think it was Grant at the time.
Yeah.
Big black guy, big hands.
Anthony Grant.
And he was talking to my coach, and my coach, Tyrann, was telling me to wait. But I was so happy to be getting scholarships and going on college trips.
Who offered you at this time?
Stony Brook offered me. I think Norfolk State offered me.
Get to you.
Yeah, probably like Stony Brook, Norfolk State, that really was talking to me. I think what's the LaSalle? LaSalle was coming down hollering. Yeah.
Shout out LaSalle and the CAA.
Yeah, for sure.
The Colonial.
Yup.
How big was they in your recruitment at junior after that summer?
LaSalle? They was coming to the school. They was coming to the school checking me out, watching my workouts and shit.
Okay.
And that's probably what, like I said, I signed early because I was just happy to, you know what I mean? Stony Brook recruited me. Like, so they called me and was like, they saw me in the Suffolk Blazers. So I felt like it was my thing. You know what I'm saying? I went down to Suffolk Blazers with my team and did my shit. And I always got to do it my way, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really try to. You know what I'm saying? I can compromise on certain things, but it's like, you know, I just felt like I wanted to do it myself. So I went down there with the Suffolk Blazers. I had a game, crazy game. And Stony Brook was just calling me. And I was like, man, I like their energy. You know what I'm saying? They fucking with me. You know what I mean? Right or wrong. And they did fuck with me right or wrong. I started 4 years. When I got there, it wasn't everything I thought it was because they had a big-ass 6'10" transfer come down from Dayton. So they ain't tell me I was going to be playing behind him.
Yeah.
But he ended up getting hurt.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of worked in my favor where I was able to start all 4 years.
Yeah, we'll get there. So let's get to the senior year. You put up 14, 15.
14, 15 my senior year.
First team all district.
Right.
Second team all region.
Right, I'm making an impact.
All these accolades. You already done gave Stoney Brook I'm coming. But what the other schools talk about?
They got quiet. And that's why I think I should have waited because they got quiet.
You already signed.
I
was a verbal?
I think I verbal, then I signed it. I doubled down on them.
And what Tyran and them said to you?
They was mad at me, but they was like, you know what, all right, let's go. Because I ain't keep the doors open. I'm like, you know what I mean? I wasn't thinking of basketball as a business at this point. I was thinking of it's a way out of it's just an escape from what's really going on
right now. You still ain't seeing the bigger picture.
My mom still smoke crack at this point, bro.
For real?
You know what I'm saying?
As a
yeah,
senior?
like I'm not as a senior, probably like junior, senior year. I'm still coming up out of that though. You know what I mean?
Now, have you ever seen any of this? Are you coming home and seeing
Nah, I'm not seeing it, but I know what's going on. I know who coming to serve. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how you feeling about that?
It's hurting. It hurt me because like I done seen my mom with her tax money and literally give me her whole check. I'm 13. I'm whatever age at this time. She give me her whole check and just tell me to take it and hide it because she know what she gonna do with it. She don't want to spend it.
And
you
you
know what I'm
13
saying?
years old.
Yeah, I'm young, bro.
Now, how you take that?
It just hurt.
What did you say?
Like,
What did you say?
I think I called my sister and I'm just like, you know, whatever. And then I'm in the mix of hooping, so I called Tyran. Tyran came and picked me up. I'm on the shopping cart, you know what I mean, just crying because I don't, you know, I'm just fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So it was like times like that where I was like, damn, this nigga really in my corner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's go with the hoop shit. Let's go. Let's take it as far as we could.
And then you saying there's stuff going on as you go to your senior year, you know what I mean? What's the conversation between you and your mom?
Well, at this point, she started getting clean because I had started dipping into a church around the way. I mean, I've seen people. I've seen a lot of things at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've seen everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, my auntie, I can rely on auntie. She said, get spiritual, stick your head in the church somewhere. So I'm finding a little church in my neighborhood. And then my mom ended up going in there and she ended up getting clean through Pastor Tracy. Shout out to Frank Horton. They had a church and they accepted us.
On that Ocean View?
Yeah, yup. And Frank Horton, he locked up. Free Frank, man. He been in there for a while, and what he did ain't that serious. Man, I feel like he should be able to come home at this point. But yeah, so shout out to him. Shout out to that family because they accepted us. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of help. It was a lot of village, a lot of coincidences that came together to make this man. You know what I'm saying?
How was that seeing your mom getting well, bro? How was that?
It was nice because I was seeing like, damn, this basketball then transpired and crept into my life on so many different levels where it's like like, you know, when you playing Mario Karts and they got the shit that come up on the ramp and they got the arrow and you about to hit that, but you know you about to get a boost.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on that shit. Like I was cruising and I just hit a boost and it was like, yo, bro, life has changed, bro. Like, nigga, we went from ashy to classy like that, you know what I'm saying? Like people, you know, Mom Duke's thinking like, oh, NBA, we still thinking like NBA is possible, like it's magical.
So Mom seeing you on the court and shit.
It's changing.
That's helping her.
She gets sober, bro.
Wow.
She gets sober.
How the hell
that's basketball
for you? How the hell that make you feel, bro?
To this day, that's basketball. That's what basketball mean to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's real homage to hoops right there.
That's what basketball mean to me. You know what I mean? On a real level, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get too heavy into that shit, bro. It's just like this game really saved a nigga, bro.
That's
you know
real,
what I mean?
bro. That's some real G shit, bro. That's real. So, you know, going into that, you know, to that senior year, you know, did all this, you know, did that, and seeing Mom change. Y'all sit down, you know you're going to Stoney Brook. How was it, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
I took her on her first flight, you know what I mean? She never been on the airplane. We go to Stoney Brook, we fly to Stoney Brook.
How was that taking Mom out there, bro?
It's everything, bro.
Yeah.
They eat whatever you want, you know, we got, you know what I mean? Let's do it up.
And you knowing it, like, damn, it ain't even about me, bro.
Nah, bro, it's the first time she on the plane giggling and shit, looking out the window, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this shit is a movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a movie.
Yeah. So what does that do to you on the inside? You're like, damn, I know.
Let's go get it. Let's go get it once again. Then I get to Stoney Brook.
Yeah.
And I get humbled again.
Yeah.
You ain't the
and where's
biggest
Stoney
and the
Brook? Hold on,
strongest.
but where's Stoney Brook for the people that don't know?
In Long Island, New York. You know what I mean? I went to the city. I ain't go to the city. I went 45 minutes outside of the city, but we was in the city too.
Yeah, you still get that metro. You still get that metro feel.
For sure. We on the train. We doing everything, bro. I'm catching the Chinese bus up. You know what I mean? And in between, before I get my the Q45 Infinite, I'm taking the Chinese bus up. $35 get you right. You know what I mean? Get you to the city, then you take the Long Island Railroad to Stoney Brook, man.
Yeah.
Bags and all.
Bags and all.
Yeah. The Duffies.
Now, how was that shit, man? You coming up there a freshman. How you feeling, big man on campus? What's the feel?
Feeling good, bro. Now, like I said, I realized we got a 6'10" transfer, and I can't do nothing with this nigga.
When you realize
6'10", when you 300 pounds.
As soon as you come on campus, he up there.
Yeah.
So he the first motherfucker you meet.
And he coming down, so he already got all the accolades. The word is laid out for him.
Right.
And shout out to Desmond at a DJ.
Desmond.
He ended up catching he ended up getting hurt. He got hurt a couple of times and he had some troubles. There? Yeah. And shout out to him. But like I said, man, that was able to give me you know what I mean, I had to capitalize on my moments. Like, all right, let's take can't nobody here deal with me after him. Cause he had that big shoulder. He turning that right hook. Couldn't stop it. He's 300 shoulders like this. You can't
6'11".
He turned around like I'm not there.
Yeah, he's done. He already knew it. He knew his spots. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So what was he, a junior, senior?
I think he was a junior at the time.
So he already done set out. He already had his sit out, yeah. Or he was transferring down. So
he was transferring down. So
right, that's right. He came from the A10 to the mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was good. He was good to go.
Yup.
But did you know this, that your freshman year, you was one of 20 freshmen to start every game?
Nah, I ain't even peeped
That's
that.
big, bro.
Yeah.
You was one of 20 freshmen.
In the whole country.
In the whole nation. To start every game.
Damn.
Knowing that, and to see the numbers you put up, you almost put up a double-double. You averaged 9.6 rebound.
Right.
And you led the conference in field goal percentage.
Yeah.
How did you know what you were doing at that time?
So we was having fun, man. I had ran into Muhammad El-Amin, and that's one of the nicest dudes I ever played with.
Muhammad El-Amin.
Yeah, bucket.
Was he did he transfer in?
Transfer from JUCO. He from Lansing, Michigan. That's when he made me respect the Midwest niggas. The Midwest niggas got some hoopers.
You ain't believe in them neither, huh?
Nah, I ain't know.
So you was a nigga, you got to show me.
Fuck all these niggas. I'm from the trenches. Yo, shit like my shit, niggas show me.
You gotta show me how. You one of them niggas. You one of them niggas.
Yeah, every time,
put it in my motherfucker.
And when you show me,
if it stink, I want to smell it.
Yeah, and if you show me, then you show me. But till then,
show me,
nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I'm in between them lines, bro.
I like that about you.
Cause I'm from the town, so that's the attitude of my game.
So how was that running into him?
Running into who that?
El-Amin.
Oh, El-Amin, he was the first one. He was a gym rat on his own. So like it was like, all right, remove Tyrann. Now I got a player that's like this. You know what I'm saying? He want to wake up at 7 in the morning. Fuck that. Yeah, nigga, I'm tired, nigga. No, fuck that. We still going to work out. I got to do my shit. And then like they didn't even play. They didn't believe in him. They didn't play him till Christmas. Like one of our starters didn't come back. Came back later, some shit. And they was punishing him. And bro stepped into the role and went in.
And did what he did.
Yeah, because he was. You could tell by the way he was moving that he was different, but he won't hitting the first couple of months at school. You know, he got to get adjusted or whatever.
Right.
When I say that man took off that game, he had 28. We played somebody in Jersey. I feel it was like St. Peter's or somebody like that.
St. Peter's, that's in Jersey.
Man, he turned up and he ain't looked back from there. You know what I mean? Player of the year in the conference and all of that. Man, he was a bucket. You know what I'm saying? So he had me on it. You know what I mean? We rented a spot in the summer next to Stoney Brook. Wake up at 7 in the morning, go work out. That's part of the routine. We up at 7. We up at 6. We in the gym at 7. You know what I'm saying? So. And he was the first one to be hard on me about it. Like, come on, man, you sleeping, you bullshitting, man. I couldn't stand it. I'm like, this motherfucker.
But that was another, another Jesse.
Yeah, he pushing me, bro. I hate this shit, but damn, bro, he right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then even when he finished school, he was the one, he showed me, like, it don't depend on nobody. You know what I'm saying? He made his own highlight tapes. He helped me make my highlight tape. And like, you got to send this to agents. This is how you got to do it. This shit is a business. Like, you know what I mean? So he was looking at it from
As a freshman, you saw that?
Yeah, so I saw how he was moving. Once after that, my freshman year, he going into his senior year, he was showing me like, yo, I'm going to do this shit, man. I'm trying to go to the league, like for real.
So how you feeling about that? Now, you know, you going to that sophomore year.
I started working out with his ass, nigga. Whatever he doing, I'm doing. You know what I mean? And we playing. Then he left, and I kind of would say, I would say I started not playing hoops as much because I wasn't averaging as much as I wanted to.
That's what I was gonna say.
It wasn't moving as fast as I wanted it to.
That sophomore year, they take you down. You miss a couple of games. Was it an injury? What was it?
Sophomore year, I got suspended.
Start as much.
I got suspended. I pledged that year. I ended up getting suspended.
You pledged Q.
Yeah. Oh no, that was my yeah, I think that was
sophomore
my sophomore year. Yeah, because my numbers was down. I think I averaged.
Yeah, because everything else you played.
Yeah.
Every other year you played.
Yep. So it was either
What happened with that?
I just played, man. I was just having fun. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I was like, yo, I was the big man on campus. You know what I mean? And I was just having fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't really explain. It was just like, yeah, basketball is the goal. But I started, like, I felt like the NBA wasn't really a shot anymore. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time I really was like, damn, man, I might not make it. Because I averaged 9 points, and that wasn't what I was expecting to go to college, and especially a smaller school like Stoney Brook. When I had VCU and shit, I was expecting to go there and dominate. What's good, Stick? Yeah, my nigga Nick, right in the building. You on the right path, no matter what.
What's up, man?
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
You're good.
all the way in the building.
So how was that though? The numbers taking a hit. Then you get to that junior year, and your numbers, they still around. They just solid numbers, but they're not the greatest number. How did that feel?
Like I said, man, I started to doubt myself a little bit. It was the system a little bit. Shout out to Stoney Brook. You know what I mean? They definitely gave me the opportunity.
Who the head coach over there? Excuse me.
Steve Peichel and Jay Young was the assistant, but they didn't build a program around me. You know what I mean? To my senior year, they kind of was like, okay, you got the keys, but you know what I mean? Because my skill, to be honest, like that's what. So me building my skill from high school to be able to go to college was a step. But that was still, I'm playing with guys that's been playing 5-6 years more than me.
Yeah.
So that's when you start to see the gap in the skills. You can't just bully your way around. They ain't just high school.
Niggas working. They don't be working. They been playing.
It's real craft. It's real skills. Real touch. So
how do you match that though, as an athlete? And then seeing the Tyrans and being what you've been through. How you match that?
You just I stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I wanted to transfer. I thought about leaving and shit.
Did you have any options to transfer?
I could have transferred to a couple of schools. I knew I could have, you know what I'm saying, just because of my size and North Carolina and schools that wanted me when I was still in high school. I knew I could have left, but then it was different. The transfer thing was different now. You had to go sit out a year.
Yeah, you won't.
You know what I mean? You a victim of the times a lot of times too. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is going on, you couldn't just leave and go somewhere and play.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we had to, you know what I mean? I just had to I had to evaluate that. Like, am I going to go sit down somewhere? Which again, probably could have helped me a year to just get my game intact. That probably could have helped me, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Then you go to Stoney Brook, which is in the American East. Not a big conference, small conference, you know what I'm saying? And y'all not really winning, y'all not winning, because y'all one of them schools that needed to win. How close are y'all getting?
We get to the championship twice.
What year?
We go to the NIT. I think we went to the NIT twice as well. My sophomore year and my senior year as well, man. We get there right there. But you got we had the best record all year
in the conference.
But you got to win the tournament
to get in there because you need that at large bid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we missed it twice, bro. BU got us, John Holland.
No, y'all need that automatic bid. Excuse me.
Yeah, you need the auto. You need the auto.
Unless y'all, because y'all schedule.
That stuff I didn't understand going into college.
Yeah. See them, yeah.
Shit like that.
Your schedule, strength of schedule, man.
Yeah.
All that shit. You know what I mean?
On your exposure and all of that. Yeah.
So
you see Kylo Quinn and them, they was out of there, bro. If you slide up in there, you good.
Yeah.
You get in the sights.
Chance to win. So how was that getting to the championship twice at a conference? You know what I'm saying? Who was top dog in there? Boston University. You know, I know you got Boston in there. You got Bingham in there.
Binghamton. Binghamton had a squad a couple of those years. They had
Hartford in there.
Yeah,
Fairfield in there.
Yup. Not Fairfield.
My fault. Albany in there.
Albany. Yup. Will. What's the dude? It was a couple of dudes.
You got some guys in there.
Yeah, it was some hoopers.
Vermont.
Lamont.
Is Vermont in there?
Oh, Vermont, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
Vermont in there.
They had Marquise Blakely. Ooh, yeah.
He's a problem. He could jump.
Jumper.
He could jump.
Yep.
And he's an athlete. I don't know why he was there.
Yeah, I gave him 20 in the championship game.
Shooters around.
So we won a conference championship. I gave him 20 and 10 on the conference championship game. Gave him a 20 ball, but he was definitely something to worry about, though.
Yeah, he was an athlete.
Oh, yeah.
And he got some NBA looks. He did. So, who was top dog in that conference when you was there?
For real, Blakely was the man when we first came in, and then it was us because we won the conference a couple of times, but we just didn't. It was
couldn't win the tournament. Y'all was winning the regular season.
Yeah, so we was running the show.
Who was getting the championship? Who was going to the tournament?
So BU went. BU got one. John Holland stole one from us. Well, they was at their house. John Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could play.
Definitely a problem. And then I think Vermont got one of them. Vermont snuck past us on some shit. They ain't run into us heads up. No, they did run into us heads up in my senior year.
Right.
And got us on national TV. They ran us. I don't know how they ran us.
Right. So let's talk about that senior year. You get all conference 13, all American East. How those accolades, at the end of the season like that, tough loss at the end. How's it feel with those accolades, and what are you thinking on a pro scale? Are you thinking NBA draft? Are you thinking that?
Nah, because I knew I ain't had the numbers. You know what I mean? I wasn't on the radar for that shit. So I was like, all right, we're going overseas. And then that's when I signed my deal to Finland.
Immediately.
Who
was your agent coming right out of college?
This dude named Jan Whelan.
Did he find you or you found him?
He hit me up on Facebook, but after I had dropped, my boy Mo showed me how to make my highlight tape. Put my highlight tape, dropped it on Facebook, dropped it on YouTube, and then he hit me up.
Mo Alamine.
Yup. And we spent that whole summer getting right and working out and making videos and shit, and then posted it. Jan hit me up. I went out to Finland, didn't like it there. That shit was terrible. It was dark all the time. I was like, nah. So I stayed there for a month. I didn't get along with the coach. Came home for a month. I was thinking about joining the army or something, the military. I'm like,
the hell make you think about that?
Because I'm on mom's couch. I'm on mom's couch.
How long was this?
For like a month. I'm like,
Damn,
yo, if don't nothing come Tuesday, I told my mom, like, you saying nothing come Tuesday.
Why you was so discouraged that won't nothing come in a month? In a month's time, the hoops. What's up? What was up?
Bro, I mean, I'm graduated college. I went overseas. It didn't work out. I'm back home. I don't know what's next. I'm on the couch. I'm going to parties. I'm bullshitting.
You ain't in shape. Yeah.
Well, like I'm in decent shape, but I'm not in great shape. I'm not in pro shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, man, fuck, man. This
who
is
called?
depressing. So then this dude fucking Aviad hit me up, man. No, Jan, I think he talked to Aviad. Aviad hit me up. I go out to Israel to Bialik. And I played my first year in Kiryat Bialik. I averaged like 16 and 9 or whatever. I'm eating out there. 17 and 10. Boom.
10.
I'm balling. You know what I mean? They let me off the leash because they ain't had no money. They just had enough money to pay me. And it was like their first year in the league, they was just happy to be competing. They was treating me like I was the Jordan over there. The kids was yelling my name, and I was like, yo, this shit is lit. You know what I'm saying?
How that feel?
I'm a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I got another Mario boost. I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's live. You know what I'm saying?
And that moment was like, yo, I'm gonna be here forever.
What? It's hot out. I'm in Israel, bro. It's warm out. I'm running to the gym. My shirt cut off. I'm going to work out. I'm the man in the town. It was lit. It was lit. I had a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun that year. Then I ended up getting my boy out there, my homeboy, my line brother, and I'm getting him on the team because the team really didn't have no money. Like, I'm telling you, like, they didn't even get me a work visa. Like, they just got me out there and was like, just hoop, nigga, until
we get you right
to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They did some shady shit. Anyway, I ended up getting over there, getting enough film. Now, I mean, I knew I couldn't leave. I'm like, I can stay down and get this film. This is going to propel me to the next level. So I did that, and then I ended up, the next year, I think I ended up going to, I ended up in, what's that shit? One of them countries. I ended up in some bullshit for like 3 days. And I was like, yo, get me the fuck up out of here. I was in, what's this shit? Sophia. Where's Sophia at? Luke Oil, all that shit. It's one of them fucked up countries, bro, where there ain't really nothing going on. So, Yeah, yeah, my bad. I fucked up.
You was in Columbia.
I was in Columbia for a short stint too. Columbia is definitely thorough and respect. Maybe respect hoods on all levels. When you start traveling, you going to see stuff. You like, oh, we got it good. Yeah, see that another humbling moment. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Some South American teammates different. Like,
yeah, how was it? Some of these niggas smell like garlic and
man, or just like or just come, like me, bro. It's so many. I never put on another man's socks. You feel me? That's like the sweaty socks. Like I left my socks at practice and at home. And he like, yo, bro, just give me them. I'm like, yo, bro, what? He like, yeah, take these. And I'm like, oh, y'all different. Like y'all mentality is a lot more raw than ours. Yeah,
they want to get.
You know what I'm saying? That shit opened me up. Like
dogs. You talking about a dog? That's a dog.
Yeah. So when it comes to shit like that, it's like I just got my eyes open. You know what I mean? When I started traveling, went to Columbia, like I said, I ain't like it out there. You know what I mean? The team that I was on, shout out to them. You know what I mean? No bad blood, but I just had to get up out of there. Like, the living situation wasn't what I needed it to be. And that's what people don't realize. Like, it's not all glamorous when you go overseas. Sometimes
you never know what you're coming into.
Yeah, you might not get paid on time. You know, you go through a lot. You know, my brother Nick, right? We ran into each other in Slovakia. We played against each other.
Now, how was that going? You know, was that your first time seeing somebody from the crib overseas pro shit?
Yeah, it was magic. That's that magic again. Basketball has provided me with a lot of magical moments. Right. Where it's like, I know where he come from. He from the city. He from the town. He from around the way.
We can play
over here in a whole nother world. And these people looking at us like basketball gods. They just showing love. And it's like, it's magical, man. You know what I mean? I ran into him, ran into Big Youngin from Booker T. Shout out Big Youngin.
Deshaun Payne?
Yeah, Deshaun Payne. We played. And every time we played, we ain't never it don't matter where we was in the world. We gave each other everything. Yeah. Like, we left it all out there. Like, we gonna compete hard, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that's where we come from. Make sure you on your square, I'm on my square. You know what I mean? Let's get to it. Yeah.
Now, would you feel like those things you needed as being a pro, like at that time you needed to run into a Nick Wright? You needed to run into a bit young.
Because it get long over there, it get dark, it get lonely. You overseas, and depending on what country you in the cold, you going, you know what I mean? It's dark, it's cold, you going to practice, you know, it's just like, you know, you might look on the internet is booming at this time. You might see everybody at home having fun, a birthday or whatever you missing out on. So then when you see that your brother, it's like, you see that sparkle in his eye, like, you out here getting it? I'm out here getting it too. All right, come on, nigga, let's get it then. Let's give him a show.
Now, how is it, you know, you in the middle of your pro season, what's that, about your fourth year at this time? How's everybody at home? You know, how's mom, how's brother, how's sister, how they looking at you now? You a pro, bro.
I'm taking care of everybody. I'm over taking care of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm buying this and buying that and doing shit that a nigga who don't got no kids is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not putting no money to the side.
Looking back on that, would you do it again?
100%. Because I was the one who made it. I was the one. Towards the end of my career, I started to put things aside and really get organized. But in the beginning, it was like, nah, bro, this is fun. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have probably tucked a little few more, not overextended myself, because I know my role. You know what I'm saying? The black family, sometimes we don't know our role. We feel like, I got to take care of mom. I got to do this. I got to take care of this. It's like, nah, take care of yourself as well. You family first. And like my brother said, you part of the family. So you up in that first mix too. You know what I'm saying? You come first as well. So little shit like that. But like I said, I would do it again. Because my nephews, they feel aware about my nephew Samari live in Seattle. And he know, you know what I'm saying? When I come home, he getting whatever Xbox, whatever clothes, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's a good feeling, you know what I mean, to be able to come home and do that.
So how was it the first time being able to do that?
It was magic, bro. My boy Mo gave me the heads up, though. He was like, bro, when you get over there, bro, you're going to be able to order shit online. And you're going to have your own money and this and that. He's like, don't spend it all, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I was prepared for it. I was just ready to get to that paper. Like, all right, like, let's keep balling. Yeah. Don't fuck this up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I didn't make the most. You know, this dude's overseas that's getting chicken. Let's not be confused, because I know there was some discrepancies about, like, I think what did the dude said, like, he won't making no money. It's some dudes that don't make money overseas. There's some dudes that make a lot of money overseas. And there's some dudes just in the middle. I was around in the middle, like lower middle. You know what I'm saying? I honestly speak. So you know what I mean? I'll tell you the truth. But it's some guys getting that chicken, but it's just the lifestyle. The lifestyle is you get to see different things. I'm going to clubs in Tel Aviv. They got hip hop clubs. I'm like blown away. Blown away. Yeah. They love hip hop music and love us because we black. And I was just like, yo, this is priceless, bro. This is me coming from where I came from. It's much more than just if I would have been in the league and just been here. Just getting money, being caught up in the hustle and bustle. My mindset's different. My perspective is different.
Damn right. So how was it, bro? You know, knowing like, you know, when COVID hit, you know, the career started to get a little in the way, you know.
Yeah, I just had my first daughter.
Right, you just had a child.
Yeah.
COVID hit. Yep. All these things going on.
And I had a basketball. That's one of the times that basketball had left a bad taste in my mouth. And I heard somebody say that before, and I ain't really understand it. Like when you really balling, you know what I mean? Like I was really balling, playing my best basketball. I was probably averaging 14 or something like that. But the moves I was making, like my game was developing. And I had worked that summer. And I started doing all the shit that like Mo and Tyran, how they gave me the intro, I started doing it on my own now. I ain't need nobody to go in the gym with me now. I was like, all right, now you got a system. This is what you can do. So I was playing good basketball, and then COVID hit. We played one game with no fans. And then after that, directly after the game, like we came in the locker room, they was like, yo, we shutting it down. The league shut down. We gonna let y'all know something. I got a text from my agent, like, yo, they sending y'all home. They don't know when this what. So I packed the fan. I got me, wife, and Naomi with me, and we just packed up. And I'm like, yo, I'm thinking of some zombie apocalypse shit at this point. I'm going to the airport. The shit is red, like there's like a big red danger sign on the shit. It's hectic.
This shit crazy.
So I'm like, yo, I'm doing burpees, push-ups. Like, yo, I might have to really war it out when I don't know what is up. So I get back to Norfolk, get a spot up. I'm like, let me see my perspective again. Like, I gotta be up looking down so I can see what's coming to me. I don't know. So I get an Airbnb for a couple of weeks. Then that ended up turning to a couple of months. I ended up getting into firefighting. I was like, yo, what I'm gonna do? I'm cutting grass. I'm doing all type of shit, just trying to figure it out at this point. And then I end up fucking with the firefighting joint. Right. That's how I end up getting into that.
So let's talk about this though. Out in Tel Aviv though, you found the music. You started really goddamn getting in with the music, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that run you had out there, because you was doing shows, you did live bands, you ran into a producer that we all now, me and you, everybody use. You know, and I've been, you know, even people in 757 going to go get them.
Yep.
So talk about that experience with you and the music. It came back full circle.
Basketball, once again, has led me. It's like basketball, music, my life every time. God just put me back and forth, because it's like, all right, we go out. I'm out there, and I run into some serious dudes in Israel. That's what I say. Hoods is all the same. If you real, you real.
Right.
I meet some guys out there, and they with the music, they with the support. You know what I mean? Shout out to a lot of my guys. Shout out to a lot of the artists out there. Shrek. Shout out to Sunshine Walker, CJ. Like, I had a whole team out there. Shout out to my Russian homeboy, Kirill, his brother. Y'all some real ones. Much respect, much love.
How was that building that team up out there, though? You in Israel.
It fall together, bro. It fall together, because I used to ride around. People thought I was crazy because I ain't want no phone. I just had an iPad the first year out there. If I wanted something, I would GPS it before I left, before I had Wi-Fi. I screenshot it and go, and then figure it out. So I knew the country. The country ain't that big, so I could drive from the north to the south, and I knew the country like the back, how to get around the country real good. So when I got tapped in with that, and I just met some guys on the underground level, they was like, yo, with the music, they like, oh, yo, you tall, American, you draw attention, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, y'all got the money, we got everything, we got girls, money, condos, like we doing it. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the most fun times of my life, because I broke away from the norm. I ain't come home. I stayed there after this season. I bet on myself. I stayed after the season, and I stayed with my wife now. And I just we went at it. You know what I mean? We went at it with the music. We went at it with full force with everything. So, and that was fun. We did probably like 40 shows that summer. Just rocking out every other night, bro.
How was that? Feeling like a rock star? Did you feel?
Yeah, I felt like I was in it. I felt like I was in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the industry, but I was. Yeah, I was, because I was a hot commodity. I got signed. I had a deal with a guy who was a big time agent over there, and it was just like, it was a vibe. It was a vibe, man.
So how was that though? Getting a deal, getting signed off that. You know what I mean? Like, what was that about, man?
Just we ended up not doing the deal with the guy because we didn't like how he was moving. But and that's the thing about reputation. A lot of times your reputation can make or break you. So for all those out there, make sure your reputation is tight, because it was some discrepancies with the reputation, and then it just ended up not going through. But we was already making money, so I didn't need to deal with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had my homeboys, and it was up. You know what I'm saying? So we really didn't. You know what I mean? I made a lot of money that summer. That was one of the first summers where I made money without playing basketball. I was just making money. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all music and everything that was going on, the atmosphere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
What was the decision to leave that and come back to America?
Probably seeing that. So like this, what we got going on right here, it's kind of felt like that. And I felt like that. I'm like, damn, I got this over here, but I ain't built this at home. People who really speak my language, who really know me, who really understand me. You can feel me when I say whatever went on in back in the day. You know what I mean? They might feel me over there, but they don't connect on the same level because they didn't live that life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, damn, I want to come home and do this shit. You know what I mean? And it was always that battle of when you going to take that leap of faith, you know what I mean? Because basketball is going to be here. Like, and to this day, you can play basketball, but to really establish something and something that, you know what I mean, won't move and that's real stable, you got to be home. You got to be around your people. So that was one of the major reasons why I was like, you know what, I done enough with this game. You know what I'm saying? I can let go. And then it's still not over for that. It's definitely more hoops to come, like my dog Frank said. Definitely, we still working out. We still in the gym. It's still spiritual. Right. It's still, you know what I mean, a lot of work being put in behind the scenes. And people going to see, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. So let's talk about that now. The music, you come home, and then how do you feel about the music scene in Virginia?
I'm loving it. Because it's right where because when we came up, it was always, man, Virginia, man, crabs in the barrel, man, crabs in the barrel. Now the conversation done changed. It's like, yo, it's casinos popping up. It's dudes doing media, you know what I mean, doing pop-up shops. They done legalize cannabis. It's a big switch to hit, you know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, this is where I belong because I'm able to ride around and do what I want to do, how I want to do it, like I would in Tel Aviv. But before, and that shit was not jumping off here in Virginia. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now I can do it here, comfortable around my people. Yeah, let's get it.
So what do you feel is your next move with the music? You came, you know, you got a couple of mixtapes, you got a couple
March is going to be a big month for us. We're going to drop a lot of music in March. Shout out to the whole team, MAG, shout out to Creative Works. March is going to be a huge month for us. We're going to release probably about 3 projects in March. So it'll be singles, but I'm not doing the whole project because I feel like in this damn time, people don't really got the attention span for a whole project. And the amount of time and effort I'm going to put into a project, I got to make sure people are ready for it before I just put it out there because it means a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we're going to carry it.
I can respect that. So what's your next move as so far right now? You know, as speaking of March, you know, you said March coming, but after that, like continuing, like what's the move for Dallas, you know? You say the hoops is always going to be there. We know that.
Right. We got leagues popping off. We're going to be promoting Creative Works Media through basketball now. Now the conversation's just different now with us. Like, you got to pay us to come out and play basketball regardless of where we at in the world. Because we put on a show and we work hard and the skill don't lie. I could put my brothers out here right now that ain't played in forever. They still, the work that's been put, the groundwork's been put down. And like you told me, like, you got to study. It's important for the next guy that's coming up by the 757 that's going to make it to the league to know how the basketball in Virginia went, and how it changed, and how the game evolved. It's important for them to know that background knowledge so they can use it to propel forward. So that's what we here doing. Because when I was playing overseas, we go to schools, and I'm waving and shaking hands to all these foreign kids, which I love my people. But at the same time, I'm neglecting. You paying me really to take me away from my people and do it here. You know what I mean? They need to see it. It's young boys that really need to see it out here. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just about the game, bro. I just want to get better. I want you to get better. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? Passing it just like Tyran and them did for me to do it to the next generation.
And let's speak on creative works media. Let's speak on that because you know that's something you've been big on the past couple of months.
Yeah.
You know you doing all type of. You got the camera. You got the goddamn the music. You know, speak on that.
We bring it all together. So basically, it's just the name, image, and likeness because we end up getting checks. A couple of guys that played around my era, we got checks from the NCAA because whatever lawsuits or whatever. So they was using our stuff to make money.
Oh, that was Ed O'Bannon.
Yeah,
Ed O'Bannon did that.
Yeah, so a lot of
he
stuff
saw
was
himself in a video game.
I was on a video game. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't getting no cut from that. So it's like little stuff like that. I'm taking advantage. We taking the power back now. Name, image, and likeness, bro. So like all the shit that I done off basketball, we're gonna take that and put it into something else for the people, for the community. Make sure they come together, and we're gonna use it for the greater good of everybody, of what's going on for the game, for the community, for everybody. You know what I'm saying? For God too, as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna I'm definitely all that, you know, the street stuff or whatever, but I'm definitely always been spiritual. I never tried to hide that. Never, because all the hood niggas, bro, you got an auntie, you got a grandmama, you got somebody that you know that told you, hey, boy, you fucking wildin'. So now I'm saying, reel it in. It's always, you know what I mean? I'm not judging. I know what it is. I respect everybody. But at the same time, always know that that's in the back of your mind. Always listen to that voice because that could save you. So I'm big on that shit. So definitely stay in tune with that, man. That's something that I really, you know what I mean? I feel like God put me here to tell that to my people. You know what I mean?
And that's really real. What does Homage to Hoops mean to you?
Homage to Hoops means, like I said, man, my senior year, seeing my mom get off drugs and she coming to games now and her first time flying in the airplane and she just laughing she truly happy, like genuine, like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what that magic basketball has been able to provide, that sense of magic to me. You know what I mean? And like I can never deny that shit or try to, because it's like, I even tried. I stopped after the pandemic. I stopped playing ball. I started working. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna just get to it while I'm home. And something kept calling me. I wasn't working my body as hard, so now I'm picking up weight. So it's like, just to stay in shape physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I stay in tune with what's got me here so far. You know what I'm saying? So that's what basketball is. That's what Homage to Hoops is to me. I appreciate you for even this concept and this idea, because you're going to do a lot with it. You're going to open a lot of minds up with this shit, bro. So I'm definitely awoke. I'm in tune. I'm tuned in to every episode. So keep watching Homage to Hoops, man.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna tell you before we get out of here, I always do to my guests that I get on the show. You a guy, like I say, I seen you, you know what I'm saying? I was a freshman and I seen you, I was like, God damn. Like I told Nick, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, who the hell, who is this nigga? You know what I mean? You one of them niggas, and you was a nigga that I never thought, you know, how this shit run full circle to me. I'm like, I ain't never think we'd be making music together. We'd be sitting here, we'd be chatting. I just never thought of that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
He was a guy I wanted to reach out to. Like, damn, I want to be cool with Dallis one day. So it's crazy that we sit here, you know what I mean, able to do this shit, and we actually on some brother shit now.
Yeah, for real.
So that's a beautiful thing to me, you know what I mean? And you just, you know, my story a little bit different. Like, I take pieces from everybody, Nick, boom, boom, all y'all. So whatever I do on the court here, there, I done did something. You know what I mean? It's a piece of you.
One thing I noticed about you since we've been hanging out, and probably one of the reasons why I stay so tight with you, is your love for the game.
Yeah.
Whenever I come hang out, you always got the game on, always got basketball playing. And I'm like, I need people. That guy, that's the guy I need. That's the guy I need. Because even when I ain't feeling great about the game, that's the guy that's going to remind me. Like, hey, man, this is it, man. We down in the dumps, we up. We still, the game's still going on. Check up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Check up. Life is it's the same shit. Check up. Tomorrow's a new day. Check up.
And that's as I get older, bro. Like you say, that's the hoops that got you here so far. I'm starting to do the same. I'm like, you know what? You got to go with that. Even when they're going with my workout, hey, I got to just go. You can't think about it. You got to go. I'm on the court. I can't think. I got to make the move.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's homage to hoops, bro. And I just appreciate you paying homage with me today, man. You know what I mean? My guy Dallis Joyner.
Yes, sir.
Always
Yes, sir.
my
Much
guy,
love,
you know
bro.
And this has been another episode of Homage to Hoops, man. And we'll be back again. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. This has been episode 7, Homage to Hoops.
We were young. We ain't know no better. Adolescents, you know. As we grew, now it's grown to something bigger. And I love it and I can respect it. Now we all just entrepreneurs and trying to build our brand. MAG it's a brand, you know. The acronym must achieve greatness. Striving for greatness.
King shit.